Good Monday morning, my peeps. Welcome back to Yo Adrienne Talks, all the moments that matter. I don't know if you know this week, but it was a huge week for me. I had earned the incentive trip for my business, and I got to attend the Diamond Retreat in Cancun, Mexico. So this is the absolute top of my company. So these amazing women and I got to go, and it was a moment of celebration, right? We got to get together, learn, ideate, all the amazing things, work together. But more than that, for me, it was a little bit of a moment of reflection. If you had met me about 17 years ago when I first started this direct sales business, you would not recognize me. I was scared, timid, no idea what I was doing, zero confidence. I mean, I was just a mom of two little kids who didn't know what I was doing, but knew I needed something, right? Because I was going to stay home with my kiddos. And so, in 2012 was the first time I met Jill, the owner of Tastefully Simple. And I remember I got she would give tickets, randomly draw first time attendees. And I just happened to be my name was randomly drawn. And so I got to get a picture with her. And I remember I was terrified. Like, she's this incredible, successful leader, CEO, and founder of Tastefully Simple. And I was like a complete beginner, really didn't know what I was doing. It was my first conference, like for any direct sales company. So, I was a little nervous, let's be real. But over the years, through Jill's leadership and mentorship and all the other leaders she's inspired that, I've gotten to work with, I began to see myself change. It wasn't just about selling spices or products or whatever. It was about personal development. We took, at every conference and also just in regular life, she constantly is sharing videos, sharing quotes about personal development. But then it's also was sharpening our sales skills. Sorry, our sales skills. Um, different things that we could do better, ways we could sell differently, follow up, all the different things. But then also refining my mindset that, you know, Jill helped me to believe in myself before I was ready to. She saw potential in me when I felt fear. That consistent mentorship and direct coaching with headquarters and other consultants, taste buds who are that she also inspired. All of that gave me the confidence to rise through the ranks, right? This timid beginner who was so scared. Well, I've been a diamond leader for a few years now, and it's crazy to think back and think of the journey that you go through to become who you are now. And it doesn't matter if it's in work, if it's in personal, if it's raising children, any of those things. There's changes that are made as you go through, and that journey is so important. As I've grown, I've had this unique perspective of watching a leader from the inside. Like when things got tough, anybody can lead when times are good, but I've watched Jill navigate through some pretty massive, difficult transitions as a company, big fundamental changes that affected everybody, including her top leaders who, you guys, these are, as you know, when you work with people, they become your friends too, and these decisions affected everybody. But what I can tell you is I could see it was hard on her too. It was emotional for everybody. But to ebb and flow through that, to watch her keep fighting, it's the definition of tenacity. She isn't protecting just the bottom line. She's fighting because she wants everybody to have access to the products they love. She wants every, ambassador to have the opportunity for a career they love. And watching someone fight like that, it makes you want to fight harder for your own dreams. And this week, as I sat with these top leaders at the Diamond Retreat, I'm choosing to celebrate all the different types of leaders, the love of a company and the achievement, because everybody in that room was feeling that. But deep down for me, I was celebrating transformation, you know, the personal courage that was fostered by an incredible leader. We all need a Jill. We need a person who sees us, and she's seen all of her leaders. Well, leaders have come and gone. She still sees them and challenges you and leads with that tenacity. So, my challenge for this week, think about that person in your corner. Maybe it's a mentor, a leader, or even a manager who has truly invested in your growth. Tag them in the comments on our page, send them a message or just simply acknowledge them. Shoot them a quick text, whatever it takes. And if you haven't found your Jill yet, maybe this episode is your reminder to start looking for someone. Look for someone, a leader, or just anybody else who has leadership skills that you look at and you're like, wow, talk to them. Because guess what? Everybody loves to, help someone through. And so if you need that person, start looking for them or, come share on the page what you're looking for in a leader because there might be one there. I know there's one there because you guys are all amazing leaders in your own right. So I appreciate you joining me for another moment that matters. And remember, your transformation can start today. You never know when something's going to change. So until next Monday, when Yo Adrienne talks, make sure you cherish every moment that matters.